Alright guys, tonight we're going to have a look at a Gruul Midrange deck, focusing on this guy, the 4 mana star 4. Zendikar Incarnate's power is equal to the number of lands you control. So it's pretty simple. Every time you play a land, his power goes up by 1. So we're going to play a deck based around this guy, and mainly because of the combo with Chandra's Ignition, where basically if that thing has 10 power, you ignite it, it deals 10 damage to every other creature and to your opponent, and then you get to swing 10 on an uncontested board. So, you know, even if you haven't touched them, as long as they haven't gained any life, that's a one-shot kill. You gotta have 10 lands in play, obviously, to be up to 10 power, but still, you know, it's a pretty brutal card and a pretty brutal combo. Plus, there's a lot of other good things we can do in these colors. So let's start at the bottom. I'm gonna play all 4 copies of Peerless Mirror. We are playing some 5, 6, 7 drops, some big spells, and you know, it's tough to be one of those guys because you see Peerless Mirror in all the decks out there, but it actually belongs in this one. So we're going to play him here, and also we're going to play all 4 copies of Gatecreeper Bind. We do not want to miss our land drops with this deck. We want to hit and hit and hit. We don't mind having 12, 13 in play. So we can get this guy out there, and you know, when we find our Evolutionary Leap or a Fiery Conclusion, then we can just sacrifice it, or we can just jump block with it. That's okay too. You know, the main purpose is just strip a land out of the deck. That's really what it's all about. Same goes for Elvish Visionary. It's not going to strip a land, just going to strip a random card, but again, it keeps us going through the deck so we can find our big stuff. You know, the amount of actual win conditions in the deck is a little on the thin side, but with all the, you know, the deck thinning and the card draw, we can get there. So again, she's got the same idea. You know, these 12 2-drops are excellent fodder for the next card, Evolutionary Leap. So you play them in the early game, you get your advantage, you get your land, you get your card. You know, you stand in the way of an aggro assault, and then this lets you sacrifice them on demand to draw creature cards. So that's really amazing. Only going to play one. I've gone back and forth between 1 and 2, 1 and 2, and trying to decide. You know, the second one is a dead draw, but it's such a good card that, you know, it's almost worth taking the risk to put that second copy in there. But there's just too much other stuff I want to fit in the deck. So, you know, you got to cut the dead draw, unfortunately. But I did want to play a second one. I'm going to play 1 copy of Ravaging Blaze. So this is red X, instant speed. It deals X damage to target creature, but if you get Spell Mastery, it goes to their face as well. You know, it's not, you know, you got to get Spell Mastery. I think the deck only has 11 instants and sorceries, so we got to get 2 other ones in the graveyard first. And even then, if we target a creature with this, and it's somehow, you know, if they sacrifice it to their own Evolutionary Leap or something like that, then the whole spell fizzles and we don't get to hit him in the face. But, you know, at the very least, it's going to be a piece of expensive creature removal that scales with the amount of mana, you know. So, I mean, in that regard, I think 1 copy is playable, but also, you know, in the right condition, you're just going to flat out kill your opponent with this. So, consider a creature removal, 1 piece of X mana creature removal with the upside that it can on the right board win you the game. So, play just one of those. I'm also only playing 1 Fiery Conclusion. You have to sacrifice a creature, but an instant speed, 2 mana, 5 damage is a lot. And like I said, we're playing all these 12 2-drops here. And if you get to play a Fiery Conclusion with a Peerless Mirror and do 7 damage, you know, it's pretty fun. So, don't want to play second copy because you pretty much never want to draw the second one, but the first one is good. So we're going to play 3 copies of Twin Bolt. This is, you know, this is kind of the burn package here. We're playing 4 burn spells, well 5 if you count Blaze. Twin Bolt is really good. You know, we all know that. I think it's better than Fiery Impulse as a first choice for a burn spell in a deck like this. So I'm going to play 3 copies of that. We're going to play Nissa. She's an excellent win condition in a deck like this. You know, so she draws you out a land, which, you know, enables her flip condition. We're going to have 7 lands in play fairly commonly with this deck, unless we, you know, get rushed down and die really quickly. And, you know, she draws you cards, she protects herself, and she just flat out wins the game. So, she's really, really good. We're going to play all 4 copies of Nisa's Pilgrimage. It's basically the Cultivate, but only for forests. And if you get your Spell Mastery online, which you probably never will with this, because this is generally the first spell that you're going to cast, unless you know, hit a Twin Bolt really early because your opponent's playing an aggressive deck or something. But, you know, you're pretty much never going to get Spell Mastery on this, but you don't even care, because getting a forest into play and ramping ahead by turn and another forest in your hand is all you really want out of this card. If you get to, you know, get that extra forest from time to time, that's just gravy. That has nothing to do with why we're playing the card. I'm going to play all 3 copies of Curd Chieftain, so I mean, we're playing 11 forests in the deck, and we're able to fetch them out, so, you know, he's a 4/4 for 4, and his ability lets a creature get trample and +2/+2 until end of turn. It's 5 mana, but giving this guy trample is worth it. Also, Outland Colossus, giving that trample can trigger its renown, and put a bunch of +1/+1 counters on it. So that's why we're going to play that guy. And again, you know, he's just a 4/4 for 4. He'll stand up to to some of the little guys and just get in their way. You know, and at the end of the day, I suppose you could make him a 6/6 trample if you want to spend 5 mana to target himself. So I'm going to play him. Talked about Zendikar Incarnate. You just get really, really big. And Flame Shadow Conjuring, just going to play 1 copy of this card. You know, but whenever you cast, well, not when you cast, whenever a creature, non-token, enters the battlefield under your control, you can pay red mana. And if you do, you get a copy of that with haste. So with things like Elvish Visionary and Gate Creeper Vine, you get to make copies and trigger their ETBs twice. You know, you can sack those copies to Evolutionary Leap if you're lucky enough to get both on the board at the same time. You know, you can swing with the hasted creature just to go a little bit wide. So, I mean, it's definitely worth a slot, I think. Definitely worth a slot. You know, getting a hasted Outland Colossus after you cast one. Getting a pair of Gaia's Revenge for 8 mana. You know, there's some sick things you can do with it. So, I'm going to play a copy. The second, draw, there's 2 copies available since it's a rare. The second one is not a dead draw, but it really taxes your red mana a lot, and 4 mana to do nothing the turn you cast it is also a lot. So I mean, it's a nice value card, but it's not something we're building around. So we're just going to play the 1. Outland Colossus, 5 mana, 6/6 with Renown 6. I think we all know this guy by now if you've been following the card pool at all. So I mean, he can't be gang blocked, and if he hits, he becomes a 12/12. So like I said, we can give him trample in order to get him to connect. He's a 6 power dude that we can use with Chandra's Ignition to just blow up the whole world. I mean, even Kurd Chieftain is also good with Ignition, as is Incarnate. So that's what we're playing those for. You can one-shot a lot of people with that. Gaia's Revenge, unfortunately, you cannot ignite it, and you cannot target it with your Kurd Chieftain, since Kurd Chieftain is red, and so is Ignition, and Ignition targets the creature. But I mean, this guy is fucking crazy, and he's very difficult to deal with in the meta right now. You have to get him alone on an empty board with a flesh bag. Hit him with a Celestial Flare, or nab him with a Hixus after taking 8. There's a couple other ways, I think, but those are the predominant ones off the top of my head. So he's really difficult to deal with. So we're going to play both copies of that guy, since we are ramping a little bit with the pilgrimages, so we can get him out on the 6th turn if the board is right for it. So we're only going to play 24 lands, even though we're playing a mid-range, land-heavy type of style of deck, because we got the 4 Gate Creeper Vines and 4 Visionaries. Missing land drops has never been a problem for me with this deck, and in fact, drawing too much land is more common than not drawing enough. So I mean, 24 is fine. Playing 11 forests because Pilgrimage and Nisa herself only fetch forests. I'm going to play all 6 dual lands since there's no reason really not to in a slower deck like this, and we're only playing 4 tap lands. I mean, most of the decks in D15 play 4 tap lands, even if they were aggro, just to get the amount of sources right. Going to play 1 Rogue's Passage just because you cannot Rogue's Passage a Gaia's Revenge, since it's not a green source, but you can Rogue's Passage a Colossus or a Chieftain for 4, I guess, if you're that close to killing them, or a big Incarnate. You just make it unblockable and smack him in the face with it. So it's definitely good singleton for the deck. So yeah, that's Gruul Midrange. So let's take it out into a versus battle and see how it does. There you are. Oh my. Alright, so I didn't play this game much yesterday. It was the final day of my holidays. The only games I played last night were the ones I played on camera, because it was actually a nice day out. We had a shitty 2 weeks of weather, like really, really bad. So yesterday, just pretty much stayed around. We went up to the country for a little while, hung around the backyard when we got home, and didn't play much yesterday. So I'm looking forward to getting a few games in tonight after I hang up this video. Then I'm gonna set it to upload, but then I'm gonna dive right back into the deck builder and start coming up with a few more, because I gotta have something to post tomorrow, the next day, and the day after. Got some ideas in mind, but I don't have anything formal or concrete put together yet. So let's see, rank 30, still only seeing the rank 1s around. I did see a rank 40 on Mobius' channel with an all-foil deck, which was pretty interesting to see. Let's see, we got Peerless Mare, Evo, Leap, Pilgrimage. That's the snap keep as far as I'm concerned. On the play, and I'm just going to drop the gate here. And see what our opponent up here is doing. See if we're facing off against the green-black elf deck, since she picked that avatar. It is a green-white Guildgate. Could be a renowned deck. And we're looking at a Gate Creeper Vine. So I think I'm just going to take the land out of my deck rather than cast this mirror right now. And with 2 basics here, I'm just going to go get... I'm actually going to go get a gate. I'm sure there will be a point later on when I don't mind taking a turn off. So we'll go get it. We got 2 basics, and Pilgrimage is going to fetch us another one, so we're going to have plenty of basics to you know, curve out if we need to. So let's see what we got coming at us on the second turn. It's a Sunblade Elf. Love that guy. It's unfortunate for our opponent that he had to cast him on the second turn, but you know, that's all you can do. So what are we going to cast on this turn? Do I want to cast Evo Leap, Fog, and Sack? I think it's a little bit too early for that. So I think I'm just going to Pilgrimage, honestly. I think I'm just going to play the Forest and ramp up, and then we'll have a little bit more mana next turn. I'm not going to take the hit since we have the Evo Leap in hand. I do want the Gate Creeper to stick around. So let's just strip a couple of lands out of the deck here. And there we go. So next turn on 5 mana, I'll probably will play a basic, a mirror, and a leap, and we'll have leap mana available. We'll be able to keep up a green source. So he's played a Kinsbale Skirmisher and made his Sunblade Elf a 3/3, so he's coming in for 3 here. Unless he's going to pass his attack, because the Gate Creeper, you know, this Gate Creeper is so imposing and scary looking, man. I wouldn't want to come near that fucking thing. 0-2. Holy fuck, no way. Dangerous shit. Alright, so we're going to take 3. We don't mind that. You know, he's back down to his 2/2 self. And we've got another Pilgrimage. I don't want to do that here, though. He's got a little bit of presence now. So I want to put the mountain down. I'm going to play the leap. And then we want to play the mirror, leaving up the dual land. So there we go. And then we're just going to fog something with the Gate Creeper Vine and sacrifice it. And, you know, if he comes with both guys, I will block with the mirror. And I will kill the Sunblade Elf since it does have that activated ability. Kinsbale is just a 2/2. And that's it. So he's going to put a Divine Favor. Where's he hanging that to? He's hanging that on his elf. So that's going to be 5 on the back. So we're really hoping to draw into that Fiery Conclusion now. So I don't know if I blow my mirror yet. Or do I just pop it? I'm definitely fogging here and sacking. That's done. That's finished. That's over with. Do I get rid of that Kinsbale already and just get it off the table? I think I will. Honestly, I think I'll just get that off the table. He seems to be stuck on land, so then let's take the leap, sacrifice the Vine, and draw a creature card. And we get another Gate Creeper Vine. So that's going to get us another land and another creature to sacrifice through Evolutionary Leap to dig through and find our big stuff. So here we go. Picked up Rootbound Crag. So we're definitely playing this. And we're going to go get... since we haven't spent that other gate yet, I'm going to go get a mountain. Never get your forest with your Gate Creeper Vine, since Nissa's Pilgrimage is going to get them for you. I'm going to play a Rootbound Crag, though, because after I Pilgrimage, I do want to have the mana open for Evolutionary Leap. So let's Pilgrimage here. And we've got the Evo Leap open again. 5 land in hand, and I think 7 on the battlefield. So we've got half of our land out of our deck already. And this is going to start drawing us into some creatures, you know, to actually spend that on. So again, Sunblade Elf, does he hit his 3rd land? It's another Kinsbale, which is fine. He's going to pump up his Sunblade, but then we're just going to do the whole fog and draw creature thing. See what we pick up. It is a Zendikar Incarnate. That's always good. He's a big boy. Alright, so we're back to where we started. Our opponent still hasn't hit that other land. Now we picked up an Outland Colossus, so the question is, what do I want to play here? I think I like the 6/6 better on this board. I think I do. It would be an 8/4. 8 is big, but I think I like the 6/6, honestly. I think I like that right now. This guy's cheaper, so it's more likely we get to play 2 spells in a turn later on. So now we've got a big roadblock for our opponent to handle. But again, he's stuck on 2 mana, and we're about to put our 9th into play. So he's putting another Divine Favor down. That's going to give it 8 on the butt. That thing is going to be fucking huge to get, very difficult to get rid of. So he can block our Colossus all day long, but he won't be able to block this without dying. So obviously he's not going to attack here. We're not going to sacrifice a 6/6 just to draw another creature card. Land off the top. Yeah, we've only got half of them out of our deck. I don't know why we wouldn't draw more there. But anyway, let's get the Incarnate down at 9 power now. So Ignition, come on, Ignition. So we're not going to swing here. He can just, chump it with the 4/8. Alright, he's jumping with the Nimbus Wings here. This is insane that this thing is getting that out of hand. So we're actually on a fairly decent clock to that, but if he turns it sideways, we're coming at him for 16 next turn. So, I don't know if that's what he wants to do or not. Not sure if that's what he wants to do. And again, if we top deck Ignition, that thing's still dead. Alright, so we're getting hit for 5 in the air here. That's a little bit annoying that he's managed to stack that many ores on it, and we didn't draw a Twin Bolt or a Fiery Conclusion or anything in time. Guy's Revenge. Okay. We will definitely play a Revenge here, and we will be swinging for 24. So there you go, brother. You're going to have the jump block. Well, I guess you don't have the jump block. But he's going to block the 10, which is wise. We're going to Renown the Colossus. So he's a 12/12. So we got a pretty sick board here. Let's see if he can kill us. Or put down enough blockers to stave off the assault. Here comes another Nimbus Wings. Man, oh man, he's got 4 ores on that fucking thing. But he's going to swing for 6 and lose the game. So that's it. That's all you can do, brother. And all of his lands are tapped. So we'll just bring the Colossus and end it on exactly 12. And there you go. Game for the ramp deck. Found 13 lands. Would love to pull off the Ignition there. Something's going on. Yep. I don't know if he, yeah, he quit right at the last second. I don't understand why people do that. If you're going to leave when you see me drop the Guy's Revenge on you. It's pretty much game, set, match at that point if you can't get beyond land number 2. So there's that. Didn't find a single burn spell though. Which is unfortunate that we let that get that out of hand. But anyway, try and find another game here now. See how long that takes. The lobbies haven't been as fast as I thought they were going to be. I don't know if that's a connection issue or if it's just that not a lot of people are into the ranked mode yet. They're probably still grinding away at the AI to get coins and playing the campaign and stuff, So that could have something to do with the wait times, but geez, there's nothing like the Xbox 360. Or I'm sorry, the Xbox 360 is probably still alive and well, but the Xbox One for D15 is pretty horrid. So it's nice that I can hop in and get a game in a reasonable time frame now. Crazy Demon Lady. Got the default background. I think that's the first one in the list. A lot of people probably don't change it. So I'm not going to really try and guess what she's playing. Doesn't look like she's customized it where she's using the default background. Probably just picked an avatar that he or she liked. I'm saying she because I presume that's a she right there. Looks she-ish, if that's a word. It is now. Vibrating Panda 9. Let's see what we pick up and if we're on the play, draw, whatnot. We are on the draw. We have 4 lands, 2 vines. We do have Ignition. 4 lands and 2 vines. That's a lot of lands. I'm going to ship that back. Here we don't have any red, but Gate Creeper can fetch a mountain. And when they have the mirror, we have a removal spell. I think that's fine. So let's see what we're up against. It's a mountain. Are we going to see the Glory Chaser come down? No Glory Chaser. No 1-drop. Picked up Evo Leap. Wow, that's amazing. That's Singleton, and it's just so good. And we drew it in both games. Excellent, excellent. And we've got a Twin Bolt this time. So if he is playing a faster, aggressive deck, He's playing a Boros Guildgate, so that Twin Bolt is probably going to be really good. But I'm still going to play the Gate Creeper and ensure land drop for next turn. And depending on what he does, I may just drop the Mirror instead of holding up a Twin Bolt. Do I want to use the Gate Creeper Vine ability? Absolutely. Go get a mountain. Let's see, third land. Third land. Let's see, does he have 3-drop? He's playing a slower deck. I'm expecting to see Elite Vanguards by now and all that sort of stuff. Seen a lot of auras, so I don't know how many of the auras are from the basic pool. But seeing a lot of Nimbus Wings floating around, and like I say, I don't know if that's a function of... There's the Elite Vanguard on turn 3. Let's see what else he does. Is he going to enchant it right now while I'm tapped out? I'm not even showing him red yet. He's playing a Perilous Mirror. So I can Twin Bolt both of those, and all I will lose is a Gate Creeper Vine, or maybe take 2 to the face. So I think I will hold it up, honestly, because he could try to enchant. I already played my land for turn. You know, if I Gate Creeper and let my Twin Bolt shields down, and he throws Nimbus Wings, then he's got a 3/3 flyer, and I don't really want to have to deal with that. Don't really want to have to deal with that. So I'm going to keep the Twin Bolt up. You know, next turn we can play a Vine, draw a land, and then play the next land. And if we still have our Twin Bolt, hold it up. And if we burn it, then we can just drop a Visionary or a Mirror of our own. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to hold this up since he's got a pair of 1/1s over there. Very likely to cast an Aura spell, in my opinion. Alright, he's thinking. He sees red mana. Plays another gate. And he's going to play Sky Hunter Skirmisher. Tap out for a Skirmisher. So Twin Bolt is going to eat that and the Vanguard. Easily. And he's stuck with the Perilous Mirror that can't get through the Gate Creeper Vine. So I like that. You know, our 2-mana spell got his 1 mana and 3 mana spell. Plus flyers are a bit of a problem for this deck if we can't ignite them and get rid of them. You know, a half decent sized flyer will clock this deck pretty fast. You know, it's almost like I wish we had Arbor Colossus rather than Outland. But that's it. What are you gonna do? Just got to beat him before the flyer can beat you. You know, like in that last game, we picked up Guy's Revenge and we had Zendikar and we had Outland Colossus. So he's going to swing here. I mean, I know he's played his land. I know he's fully tapped out. So, you know, tap your Perilous Mirror for no reason. I'm fine with that. That's cool. I guess it makes no difference, but we picked up the Forest. So I'm going to Gate Creeper like this and get a mountain. Then I'm going to Visionary, and then next turn we can play Evo Leap with a lot of sack fodder and mana. Do I want to use the ability? Absolutely. So then let's play said mountain, and let's draw a random card. It is another forest. But yeah, next turn we're definitely going to leap and start sacking some of these dudes to draw creatures. And then once we get, well, we do have the Incarnate Ignition combo, so that's going to be pretty good. So we're looking at a Guardian Automaton, 4 mana 3/3, and when it dies, he gains 3 life. But that's fine. Like you say, we're going to play the Evo Leap, and then we'll just jump block to Fog, sacrifice to draw a card. Picked up a Curd Chieftain. We're not going to be playing you right now. We are going to play Leap. Yeah, I want to get Leap down. I want to get it on the board. Make sure we use a red as our other mana. There we go. You know, and next turn Incarnate. And then probably the turn after that, depending on what our opponent's board looks like, we might just slam the Ignition, wipe it, hit him in the face for a bunch. Five mana. We're looking at Kin's Bale. Might pump up his mirror here. No, he's going to pump up the automaton. Sure. It's not getting through. Not through my wall of vines here. And I say wall of vines because I have two of them. I think wall of vines is an actual card though. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to block here to fog. I'm actually going to block and kill the mirror, and hopefully he redirects the other 2 damage at the last Gate Creeper Vine, and I'll get to sacrifice both of them. But anyway, for right here, we're going to sacrifice this one, fog that, draw a creature card. We're going to draw Nissa. Yes, sir. Thank you very much. We'll take her. And then the damage, well, he's got to look at Nissa first, and because we had to reveal it, he's got to look at it and press Y or A or something. And then we'll get to have it in our hand, and then we'll move on to the next step. Phase, whatever. Come on, dude, man. There you go. Alright, so they're going to kill each other. See if he aims the 2 at the vine or if he goes to my face. Yeah, he's going to go there, so let's just sack it. Get another card. Visionary. Come on, dude. You figured it out with Nissa eventually. You think the second time would be a little bit easier. Alright. What do I want to do on this turn? Mr. Barney's online. Peerless Mirror. Question is, do I want to play this? Can he take care of it with some fiery impulses? Shit like that. Can he take care of it? I'm going to Kurd Chieftain. Still a 4/4. Still a big dude. And then I'm going to... I think I'll Visionary. You know, I can flip Nissa next turn. Although I don't know if that's the road I want to go down. I'm going to turn off Evo Leap for a turn. Unless we pick up a land. I can't remember if I played one this turn, actually. I think I may have. Let's just draw a card. Another Chieftain. So we got a 4/4 down. And if he does have removal for a 4/4, or you know, a dude with 4 toughness, he'll spend it now, and then we can incarnate next turn. I just don't want to expose him yet and get too greedy. And depending on how it goes, I'm probably aiming up for Incarnate Ignition. Yeah, that definitely says I want to be igniting very, very soon, since he's got a 4-power flyer now. He's only got 1 card left in his hand, but he's going to hit us a couple of times with that. So we're going to need to get this online. And he has 5 on the back. So Kurd Chieftain is not going to do it. We're going to need a bigger creature. So he's only got 1 card in his hand. He's bringing his 2/2 into my 4/4. I'm still gonna block. And you know, if he's got a card in his hand, I'm going to make him spend it and get it out of his hand. So let's block. See if it's a Fiery Impulse or a Twin Bolt to finish it off. No, he just suicided it. Oh, okay, that's fine. Rootbound Crag. Yeah, not playing this this turn. Nope, not gonna happen. So let's we'll drop a Peerless Mirror. Make sure to keep green open. Actually, there's no way we can't keep green open with this board right now. So now we've got 1 Evo Leap activation here. So I mean, we can sacrifice the mirror, throw 2 at his face just to make sure that Ignition kills him next turn. But anyway, he's down to 15. We're still on 16. He's got an Automaton, which is going to gain him 3 life when we Ignition. So, but I think we'll be in pretty good shape. And if we sacrifice as many of our creatures as we can before we ignite, since our own creatures do die to Ignition, it deals damage equal to its power to each other creature, including the ones that you control. So let's see, we've got the 4/5 flyer, 6 mana, and 2 cards in our opponent's hand, and we know that at least one of those is not a Twin Bolt or a Fiery Impulse. At least we hope that card wasn't one of those and he just failed to spend it. Alright, looking at Akin's Bale, pumping up the Automaton. Question is, does he swing with it? You know, he sees what I've gotten on board. He's on 15. I've got the activated ability here. So let's see. I don't think he's going to attack. I don't think he should attack. He's going to attack. He's coming on in for 5 to bring us down to 11. Second main, let's see if we can find out what that card is. No, he's gone to end step. Let's just sack the Visionary. See what we pick up. Another Visionary. It's fine. I'd like to pick up a land and get 8 damage. It is Ravaging Blaze, which is an instant. So Ignition on Incarnate. That's going to do 7 damage to his face, but he's going to recoup 3 of that. So he's going to take 4, and then we're going to hit him for 7. Plus the 2 here. So he's not quite dead. He is not quite dead. But anyway, since we're going to lose the Perilous Mirror and the Accursed Chieftain, let's just aim that at his face. I'd like to be able to activate the ability, but I can't afford it. So we pick up another Zendikar Incarnate. So then let's sacrifice the Accursed Chieftain. Pick up Guy's Revenge. It's a big dude. I guess he's reading it. There it comes. Alright, and then we'll cast Ignition. Targeting here. Hopefully he doesn't have a Fiery Impulse. So that takes care of his board. Must have done some math wrong there somewhere. Oh yeah, no I didn't. He gained 3 life. Yeah, he's down to 2. So that takes care of his board. And bring him down to 2. You know, and we've got a handful of stuff. You know, we're in good shape. We're in good shape. He's going to need 2 blockers. And if he does put down 2 blockers, it means he's got no cards in his hand and we can just blaze his face. I don't know if he could have any spells that can stop me from winning. Should I cast the Revenge just to do it? I don't think he can stop me from winning. But I'm not really thinking too hard about it, to be perfectly honest. Yeah, and we managed to take him down. Okay, yeah, this ramp deck is really good. Should I play another game? 33 minutes now. We're up over half an hour. That's satisfactory. I want to get back into Deck Builder and start building some more, so I can bring some more decks to you guys over the next week or so. You know, this is probably the one I've played the most. I've been playing a lot. I've tried a lot of different cards in here. Into the Maw of Hell, and this is Revelation. You know, I've tried a bunch of different stuff in here. You know, I stole Mobius's Bellower tech with the Reclamation Sage for a little while. I ended up cutting it again because I wanted more burn. So, anyways, thanks for watching, and we'll see you for another deck tomorrow.